have the Philippines hosting one of the...
Kahit one lang, di ba? One event or two.
We can do basketball. Ayan.
Pwede.
Ayan,
So
din
we already
natin
done
yung bas-
FIBA.
Yeah, we already did the World
Yes.
Cup.
Sana abutan pa natin
get
na
all the-
makapag-cover tayo dyan. So that
Hindi
we
ko,
don't have to
parang
travel
hindi ko
far.
hindi ko feel yan.
Di mo feel? Gusto mo lahat?
Hindi!
Balikan
Ang
na
dami
lang natin,
nating
says yung
problema. Sa
sexiest
ano yan?
man alive.
Oh,
Sayang
nga.
hindi ka,
Actually,
shortlist eh.
Akala ko nga, Riza, yun yung babanggitin ni Andre. Ready na ako with my
Actually.
repartee.
yung sexiest man alive?
Yeah.
Oo nga.
Why don't we ask?
Dinedma mo, ha?
No, no.
Dinedma
siya
mo, ha?
interesado.
Sis, hindi, Riza, sis, Sean, let's just ask the one person.
Sige, Pawi, agree ka ba?
Do you agree?
Okay.
She already
what's
agreed.
We agreed na nga I don't agree. But
Na-
I don't have any nominee in mind.
Akala ko
Then,
hindi ka
mag-agree
agree
daw
sa
ba si
akin.
Pawi na nandun lang
Andre
sa kabilang
is-
screen yung
Fishing for
Sexiest man alive.
compliments.
oh, parang gano'n. Eh,
At hindi niya sinagot.
Pao,
Okay, sige na. 8
mag-apply ka na sa People Magazine. Pang
Baka
next
mo,
year.
pag ako nagka-abs.
Bumili
Tama.
ka muna ng suit na kulay burgundy.
Yan.
Pero meron ka ng cute na aso, so that's a +1.
But
Okay,
thank you
okay.
again. Great Tuesday to you, ladies. Thank you to Stas, to Sean, and to Pauline. We've mentioned about the big stories. Let's start with some game-winning buckets in the NBA. Plus, we also have updates from the aforementioned doubleheader in the PVL Reinforced Conference.
And Andre already mentioned, we'll learn more about the plans of the Philippines to join the rest of our South Asian country neighbors in possibly hosting the Olympics in the future.
Yes, cross our fingers and tama ka. Sana buhay pa tayo pag mangyari yun. Target 2036. Malalaman natin more on that later on. I'm Andre Felix.
And for Saskaliton Calao, I'm Riza Diaz.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves it. Future moves puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Bacunas rejecting Esteban for the
Let's kick the show off with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Riza, napanood mo ba? And the Milwaukee Bucks, what a game that was. Bakit? Ba't parang hindi ka masaya sa nangyari?
Hindi pa ako makaget over kasi dun sa Boston Celtics na very disappointing.
We'll get to that. Let's start with
so much
Giannis and the
happening.
Bucks getting a taste of revenge
Correct.
over the Indiana Pacers with the clock winding down. Here are the highlights and the score tied. The Greek Freak calling game against Aaron Nesmith. Fall away, bang, money, game over. Final score, 117-115 in favor of the Greek Freak and the Bucks, who were eliminated by the Pacers in the past two postseasons. Antetokounmpo finishing with another great game, 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. Longtime Pacers center Miles Turner returned to Indiana for the first time, since signing with the Bucks. He posted 9 markers, 7 boards, and 5 blocks. The Pacers are still missing key players, though. Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Andrew Nembhard, and TJ McConnell, all due to their respective injuries. The team tried leaning on Pascal Siakam's 32 points, but they came up short. Milwaukee now has 5 wins and 2 losses, while Indiana plummets to 6 defeats in 7 games this season.
Yeah, I think it was like 14 seconds on the clock. We've been in this position many times with this team. I just wanted to make sure I take the last shot. Like a position or two before that, I shot a shot that I was short, and the other thing I was thinking about is just start your dribble at like 6 seconds, shoot it at like 2 or 1 second, and just shoot it long, which I did it when it's instincts. Like the moment I was spinning, I felt his guy coming, and I saw Miles for like a split second underneath the basket. But I knew that it was 1 second I had to shoot the ball, so I kind of like got it to my hand, shot it long and went in.
Oh, eto na. There's also a game-winning basket
Eto na,
by the Utah Jazz that sent the Boston Celtics fans, including Nick DeMuses, heartbroken.
Kaya pala.
Yusuf
Okay, alright.
Nurkic make a clutch putback that put the Jazz up with 0.6 of a second left. Actually, the Celtics still had a chance to win, but Jaylen Brown, I don't know what happened, was called for an offensive foul during an inbound play. So Utah took the game 105-103. Nurkic ended up with a double-double, 11 points and as many rebounds. Now, as the Jazz were actually down 10 at the half, if you actually saw the game, but they went on a scorching run to turn the tables to their opponents. Keontae George paced Utah all night long, scoring a season high of 31 markers. Brown had 36 points for the Celtics, but still they lost.
I mean, I was just trying to play the right way, and some offensive board I didn't get, felt like foul, so I was just sticking with the plan, going offensive rebound. And I saw the Keontae get a shot off a little bit on the left side, so I was able to get a ball and just let it in.
And Keontae, 31 points tonight. Coaches tasked you with driving the pace and tempo with this team lately. How do you take on that type of task?
It's just all the work. It's just all the work, we put in as a squad, as a team. I mean, we all just trust in the work. I mean, at the end of the day, we knew we had to bring our own energy as a group, and it's a tough team to play, especially at their house. So we had to be collectively together, and that's what we were tonight.
Collectively,
He worked his ass off whole summer, so I'm down. But he playing great so far the whole season. So step up defensively. So he doing both ways. That's a big time. So I'm happy for him. happy for our team.
your team is, as a whole, 32 points off the bench. How big was that tonight?
I mean, it's always good when you get some production off your bench. Like I said, everybody puts in the work. So we talk about it's going to be anybody's night, and the bench did their job tonight. Like you said, 32 points off the bench, and we just all want to celebrate each other.
Now, how about one more nail-biter, but this time between the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Clippers. Off a jump ball, the rock fell into the hands of Kawhi Leonard with about 15 seconds to go. And then the Clippers down one at this point. The Claw, known for his clutch play, tried to go for a game winner, but as you can see, Leonard will miss this time around with two Heat defenders all over him. There it is. The Heat survived. The Clippers 120 to 119. Bam Adebayo carried Miami with an all-around effort, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Former Clipper Norman Powell added 21 markers in his first trip back to Southern California since he was traded to the Heat. James Harden and Leonard combining for 56 points in a losing effort. The Heat improved to 4 wins and 3 losses, while the Clips settled for 3 victories and as many setbacks.
That's our identity. That's what this franchise has really hung their hat on, defense. So even though our offense has changed and we're scoring in the 120s, we still got to defend. We got to pick up our defensive habits. We got to communicate a lot more than we did today. And, I guess we got a lot of, a little frustrated with the foul calls, but, that's part of the game now. As a team, we got to collectively, do it as a unit.
Now, as for the Clippers' crosstown rivals, the Los Angeles Lakers, well, they chose to rest 3 guys, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and of course LeBron James. But still, they managed to score their 4th win in a row by taking down the Portland Trail Blazers 123 to 115. 2018 #1 pick DeAndre Ayton took the spotlight this time around. He tallied 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks against his former team. Now, the Lake Show doesn't end there. It was total in control for most part, but the Blazers actually kept on coming back. Ayton, along with his teammates, starting forward Rui Hachimura and reserve guard Nick Smith Jr. always stay ready. So you be ready when your time comes. He performed down the stretch and helped put away the opponents for good. Hachimura scored 28, while Smith added 25 big points. Doncic was out due to a lower leg injury, while Reeves had a right groin soreness. Now, the Lakers improved to a 6th win against 2 defeats, while the Blazers dropped their record to 4 victories and 3 setbacks. Now, here's the Blazers interim head coach, Thiago Splitter, after losing to their shorthanded opponents.
I think some nights you gotta give them credit. They play harder than us. They shot the ball better. We were not as aggressive. But one of those nights that we could not dominate with our defense, and they just shot better than us, and in a lot of ways. So 58% for 2, 39 for 3. Just too comfortable. We could not impose our rhythm, and you got to give them credit. They play well.
Well, 5 more NBA games were on tap today. Let's take a look at the results right now on your screens. Julius Randle tallies a triple-double as the Minnesota Timberwolves keep the Brooklyn Nets winless 125-109. Karl Anthony Towns, meanwhile, with a big double-double in the New York Knicks 119-102 win over the Washington Wizards. And at the bottom of your screens, a battle of 2 Texas powerhouses. Aman Thompson leading the Houston Rockets to their 4th straight win as they take down the Dallas Mavericks 110-102. Cade Cunningham tallies 19 off his 33 points in the 4th quarter to eventually push the Detroit Pistons past the Memphis Grizzlies 114-106. And lastly, Nikola Jokic scores a season-high 34 points to go along with 14 assists as the Denver Nuggets beat the Sacramento Kings 130-124. We've got some volleyball for you after a quick break. The latest from the PBL Reinforced Conference coming your way only here on Play by Play. Stay tuned to One News. Welcome back to Play by Play only here on One News. The Summer Olympics in Southeast Asia. Well, Philippine Sports Commission Chairman Patrick Gregorio reveals that there are talks about a possible joint hosting in the near future. Gregorio says he recently spoke to Indonesian officials about the possibility of hosting the Summer Games. It is a dream come true for well, it will be a dream come true for the countries in the region since none have hosted the Olympics before. Just a little bit of trivia. The post-war era, Japan, South Korea, and China are the only Asian countries to host the Games. Collaborations in hosting international events is not something new, though. It hasn't been done yet in the Olympics. Gregorio notes that there's no host yet for the 2036 Games, so maybe they can start working on that.
At sinabi ng Southeast Asia, why can't we not work together to one day host the Olympic Games? Southeast Asia hosting the Olympic Games. And kailangan po natin ng suporta. Piniresent ko na po ito kay President Marcos. Ang sinabi niya, why not? Plot it. That is why you have the National Sports Tourism Interagency Committee. It's a very good story. It is a very good narrative that Southeast Asia is willing, is open, is interested to work together to bid for the Olympic Games. As a matter of fact, open pa ho ang 2036. But sabi nga nila, bidding is one thing, winning is another thing. Doon muna tayo sa bidding, President. At kung ibibigay man nila during our lifetime, at least we started it.
I like it. We're dreaming big.
Yes.
And you know, we are taking the steps towards that big dream because in relation to that, the Philippine Sports Commission will lead, eto na, the newly the newly created National Sports Tourism Interagency Committee. President Bongbong Marcos approved the committee's creation through Administrative Order Number 38. The committee is tasked to harmonize, coordinate, and oversee all government initiatives to develop, promote, and sustain sports tourism in the country. The PSC will work with representatives from the Tourism, Budget Department, and Interior Departments, as well as PAGCOR and the Tourism Infrastructure and Enterprise Zone Authority. The committee is part of the Philippines' push for more international sporting events here. The country, just hosted the FIBA World Cup in 2023. Then recently, the FIVB Volleyball Men's World Championships just last September. Then the first ever FIFA Women's Futsal World Cup is also happening this year. So in a statement, PSC Chairman Pato Gregorio says this is an invaluable recognition of how sports can enable regional development, tourism, and new industries. Gregorio also says he understands the PSC's role as the government's top agency for sports in becoming a catalyst of the national agenda.
Meanwhile, let's move on to volleyball as the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells pulling off a stunner and to stay undefeated in the 2025 PBL Reinforced Conference. What a start for Zeus, huh? Zeus Coffee completed a reverse sweep against the Akari Chargers 23-25, 22-25, 25-23, 25-12, and then 15-7. The Thunderbells came alive in the third and fourth frames, then exploded in the decider behind import Anna De Beer and rookie AC Minor. The Thunderbells raced to an early 8-1 lead in set 5, and they never looked back. De Beer led the way with 33 points, while Riza Nogales added 11 in the victory. Zeus Coffee enters the next phase of the conference with a pristine 5-0 win-loss record, while Akari slips to 3-2, but still hold on to a spot in the top 3 of Pool B. This match is a do-over of their supposed opener last month, since they played that one without any imports.
Definitely it was hard sitting out the first one, so just to be able to play and have such a cool environment here was really fun. I don't think it was jitters. I think they really came out strong, and it really caused us to feel the pressure and kind of make adjustments early on, and we felt that, and it's really hard to come and turn that around in a reverse sweep. So I'm just really proud of everyone to battle through that adversity and come out on top.
Meantime, Capital One Solar Spikers complete their own upset over the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Capital One showing better endgame composure to complete the sweep 25-23, 26-24, and 25-19. The Solar Spikers banked on Beta Belen to deliver the winning attacks. This match is likewise an overdue because Choco Mucho has previously beaten Capital One in their original face-off. Now with the 3-2 record, the Solar Spikers secure now top 3 spot in Pool B.
In the UAAP, 4 games in men's and women's basketball will take place at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City tomorrow. Let's start at 12 noon. It will be the UE Lady Warriors battling the Ateneo Blue Eagles. The Lady Warriors looking to finally get on the board here against a Blue Eagle squad fighting for a spot in the Final Four. Then at 2 p.m., UE and Ateneo's men's teams will take the floor. Red Warriors captain Welo Lingo is expected to return from his 3-game suspension for injuring Kian Baclaan in a first-round match between UE and LaSalle. at 4:30 in the afternoon. It will be a crucial battle for positioning in the men's standings as the UST Growling Tigers take on the defending champs, the UP Fighting Maroons. And finally, at 7 in the evening, the undefeated UST Growling Tigresses will try to get their 10th straight win when they face the UP Fighting Maroons. Of course, you can catch all these games live on One Sports, on the UAAP Varsity channel, and the Pilipinas Live app.
Another suspension in the UAAP men's basketball. Yes, you heard it right. Lasal forward Boris Marasigan will miss one game following his disqualifying foul in the Archers' loss against the NU Bulldogs last Sunday. The ban will cover LaSalle's rivalry game against Ateneo Blue Eagles on Sunday, November 9. The incident that led to Marasigan's ejection happened before an inbound play in the second quarter. Marasigan threw a close left fist to the abdomen of NU big man Omar John, which knocked him down. John took a minute to get up. Now, prior to this incident, Marasigan was actually called for an unsportsmanlike foul for swinging his left hand towards UST's Cal Paranada in the first round. Coming up, hard work pays off for our young Pinoy athletes. Let's find out together what our Asian Youth Game medalists will get for giving the country its best ever finish in the continental meet. That and more when Play-by-Play comes back. Welcome back and watching Play-by-Play here on One News. The PBA Philippine Cup will head to Ninoy Aquino Stadium tomorrow. The doubleheader will start at 5:15 in the afternoon with the Titan Ultra Giant Risers taking on the Blackwater Bossing. Both teams are looking to end their respective skids. Then at 7:30 that evening, the Rain or Shine Alasta Painters will go for their 4th straight win when they battle the Phoenix Fuel Masters. You can catch, of course, all the games live on PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app.
Another All-NBA lineup for you in tonight's highlight reel. Let's start in Denver Nuggets against the Kings. Murray attacks, sees a double. There's Sabonis. Oh, look at Jokic. That pass, quick pass to AG, Aaron Gordon for the two-handed flush. Take a look at the replay here. Jokic barely hitting. Look at this. Giving Sabonis a little bit of a haircut there over Sabonis' head. Straight bullet pass to Gordon. Jokic, man. And then finding his partner at the front court, AG, for that two-handed flush. Joker finishing 34 points, 7 rebounds, 14 assists as the Nuggets beat the Kings in Denver, 130 to 124. Okay, from the Mile High City, let's go to H-Town. Rockets and the Mavericks. Amen misses. Amen saves it. Over to Şengün, who sees Thompson. And then the alley-oop for the 180 slam. The athleticism of Thompson is just out of this world. Take a look at that. Getting his own miss from the free throw line. Comes back in. And then for that 180 flush, here it is from a different angle. Saves it. Şengün gets it. Balik. Thompson, alley-oop. Can I get an amen? Thompson, 27 points. And the Rockets beat the Mavs 110 to 102. Up next, let's go to the Utah Jazz and the Boston Celtics, kung saan, sabi ni Riza Diaz, nasaktan si Nick DeMusis with the clock winding down the fourth. Tied 103 all. Keontae George puts it up. No. And Yusuf Nurkic, the putback is good. Clean. Look at Kevin Love. A lot of people didn't know that Kevin Love is now in a Utah Jazz uniform. But yes, after today, alam na that Kevin Love is with the Utah Jazz. But how about that? Loving the bench, loving Yusuf Nurkic. Just basically, yun na yung naging game winner, giving Utah a 2-point lead with 0.6 remaining on the clock. And then on the other end, nagkaroon ng offensive fouls, Jaylen Brown, and naging hero ngayon, si Boston Beast. Yusuf Nurkic, as he calls himself, the Bosnian Beast. Jazz beat the Celtics in Boston, 105-103. Nurkic finishing with 11 points and also 11 rebounds. Okay, di pa tayo? Another game winner. Bucks Pacers tayo dito. Revenge for Milwaukee. Take a look at this first. It started with a block from the former Pacer, Turner, and then Rollins attacks and gives Pascal Siakam a facial there. This kid is something to watch. The Bucks got a gem in Ryan Rollins. Take a look at that. Rollins rushing. He had Giannis on the left, but he took it all the way for the rack attack against Siakam using the left hand too. Turner, by the way, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 5 blocks. Rollins chipping in 10 points, 5 boards, 7 assists. Last play. Let's go to the game winner. The Greek Freak, 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3 against Nesmith on a switch. Fade away. Money for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the Bucks loving it, running to the Greek Freak, shushing the crowd in Indiana, telling everybody, yes, we got a revenge after being eliminated by Indiana the past 2 seasons in the playoffs. He gets his revenge. Game winner for Giannis against Nesmith. Jumper, pull up, fall away. Good. Greek Freak showing his clutch gene here. Wins it all for the Bucks, 117-115. Giannis, by the way, 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists in this, and plus that game winner in Indiana. Let's watch it one more time, and then we go to Riza. Woo! Parang galawan lang ni Oti. Riza.
I like it. Now, this one I love because before we go, Filipino medalists in the 2025 Asian Youth Games are getting rewarded for their victories. The medalists will receive cash bonuses and gadgets from the Philippine government for their historic performance in Bahrain. The Philippine Sports Commission announced that the gold medalists will receive 500,000 pesos, silver medalists 300,000 pesos, and bronze medalists 100,000 pesos. The cash rewards fall under Republic Act 10699, the National Athletes Incentives and Benefits Act. PSC Chairman Pato Gregorio said the incentives reflect the government's continued support for the next generation of Pinoy athletes. Additionally, the Philippine Olympic Committee will give iPhone 17 Pro Max units for gold medalists and iPhone 17s for silver and bronze winners. POC President Bambol Tolentino also vowed to match half of the government's mandated bonuses as a gesture of gratitude for the country's best young talents. The Philippines enjoyed its most successful campaign in Asian Youth Games history, finishing with 7 gold, 7 silver and 10 bronze medals.
Galing, congratulations.
So,
Oh,
paki-add yung kay,
Oh.
kay Ramiscal bilang magaling ka sa math.
Okay.
Okay.
Magkano?
500,000
plus?
300,000.
800 na yun.
And then iPhone 7, okay.
Ano na yun? Magkano na ba ngayon na iPhone 7?
Merry Christmas
iPhone 17.
in advance.
Depende ko sa mo makukuha eh.
Diba?
Pero yes, naman,
Merry
sa mga
Christmas
bata.
in
And
advance.
alam mo, magandang incentive yan. Dahil lagi natin pinag-uusapan how the athletes really sacrifice a lot, their time for their family, with their families. Tapos ito, malaking halaga na pera yan. 500,000, 300,000, and 100,000. So congratulations
Well-deserved.
sa ating mga teta. Deserve nyo yan. And kudos to PSC Chair Pato Gregorio. It has been a very busy day for him. Maraming salamat, Boss Pato. That's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV Channel 8 on Standard Definition and Channel 250 on High Definition. We're also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Riza Diaz sitting in for Seska Liton Calao. Thank you very much for watching, mga kapatid.